Hi everyone and welcome to another video. In today's video I will be sharing with you my best tips and my best tricks to achieve a glowy face even in the winter months. My skin has been so dry around kind of this part of my face, around my chin and around my nose. I tend to get really dry in the winter months. So I will be sharing with you some techniques you could use using your skincare and also using makeup to kind of cheat your way into having really glowy skin, even though your skin is feeling a little dry and a little bit dull during the winter. So if you see in the description box down below, I have a link to my blog, and in my blog post I cover more of these tips and more of these tricks a little bit more in depth, but I'll just kind of cover a few of them that you can do even before applying your makeup just to help your skin feel and look more glowy. And the first thing you can do is, while you're washing your face, in the winter months, we kind of tend to turn the tap all the way to the hot water because we're, cold and it feels good. But you don't want to do that. You want to wash your face in lukewarm water. Doing this will avoid the stripping of all the oils that your skin really needs to, remain looking healthy even in the colder months. So switching out the hot water for just a bit of lukewarm water while you're washing your face. My second tip, after washing your face, it is key to moisturize immediately. As soon as you're done washing your face, as I just washed my face, and on camera I will show you my favorite current moisturizer and how I use that to hydrate my skin, but it is so important to just, after you wash your face, to just lock in all of this moisture by using your favorite moisturizer. And one final tip that kind of seems obvious, but in the winter months we maybe neglect to do so, but that is drinking water. You have to be sure you're drinking and hydrating yourself so your body is really healthy from within. So now that we covered the steps you can take before you apply your makeup to kind of hydrate your face and give you that really beautiful glowy look even in the winter months, now I will move on to how I prep my skin before doing my makeup. And I like to start with a really great moisturizer. Today I'm using the water cream, and this is by Tatcha. And I love this because it really hydrates my skin, but it doesn't leave it feeling oily or feeling greasy whatsoever. So after my skin is moisturized with my favorite moisturizer, I like to take a facial spray just to kind of further prep the skin. And I go through a few of them. I like the MAC Prep and Prime makeup spray. I use that a lot. It's the Fix Plus. Then I also like the Clinique. This is their Moisture Surge face spray, and this is their Thirsty Skin Relief. That's really nice to hydrate your drier skin. Or also by Tatcha, this is their Luminous Dewy Skin Mist, and this one's really nice too. I think I'll go in with this one today, and I'll just spritz this all over my face to further moisturize things and lock in that hydration. And while I'm just prepping my skin, I will also take just a bit of any lip balm, and I use that just to hydrate my lips. Okay, so the next step I do is just to further kind of hydrate, and this is really where I start the glowy look of my skin. And this is a little trick that seems like it's kind of an unnecessary extra step, but it really makes all the difference. I do this on myself, I do this on clients, and I just take a bit of any hydrating and luminous cream. This is the Strobe Cream from MAC. And I just take just a little bit of that on my hand, and I'll apply this to the high points of my face. Then what I do is I take a beauty blender and I just blend in the Strobe Cream. While doing this sort of look, I like to use a very just kind of low coverage foundation that will just kind of balance out my skin color a bit. And today I'm just going to go in with the L'Oreal True Matte Lumi foundation. And right now I'm in the shade W6 Sun Beige. So I'm just going to apply a bit of this to my face just to kind of balance out my skin tone and, further give that healthy, glowy look. after the foundation is applied to my face, you know, evenly dispersed and blended in, I like to go in with a bit of concealer. Today I'm using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I'm in the shade Custard. And I'm just going to use this to kind of highlight my face. And also just cover up any redness or areas that need a little concealing. So I've showed this technique before in my videos, but this is kind of the one I always do, especially on days I really like to look hydrated and really glowy. I like to go in with mostly cream products. And today I'm using the KKW contour sticks, and I have the shades medium, and I have the number 1 contour and the number 2 contour, and I just use this to kind of contour around my face a little bit. So now that I have kind of concealed the areas on my face, before I go through and brighten my under eye, what I will do is just further contour my face with these cream contour sticks. What I like to do is I like to switch to one of the darker sticks. This is contour number 2 in the medium shade, and I'll just use this to kind of go around the edges of my face a little bit, just to give a bit of dimension. After my face is warmed up a bit with the contour, what I like to do is go in and then brighten under my eyes and then a little bit in the center of my face. And I do that with the same concealer. Okay, so the last cream product I will go in with after doing my concealer, my contour, is a cream highlight. And my favorite one is by Pat McGrath. You can tell it's really worn off. I've used this a ton. And really any cream-based highlighter will really work well for this. And I just take a little bit of it on my hand. I just kind of like to use my finger to do it with like the kind of the warmth from my finger. It really just blends in the product. And I go in the same areas that I would normally highlight my face. Then I take my beauty blender and I will just kind of blend that in. So the key for me to a really kind of glowy, beautiful look is using a lot of cream products, but that doesn't mean I don't use any powder, because if I didn't, then things would move around during the day and my skin would probably get a little oily and it wouldn't be a really great look. So now what I do is I just take a bit of translucent powder. I always use my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and I will use this just to set a little bit under my eyes, a little bit around wherever I usually get a little oily, but I won't go all over my face or anything like that. I want as much hydration, especially in the drier areas. I mentioned before that I get a little bit of a flaky skin around here. I like to keep that as hydrated as possible, so I don't like to go in with too much powder. And then any excess powder, I just take a little brush and I'll dust that off. So to finish off the face, I really love adding some blush and some highlight to further bring the skin, you know, to life, make it look really pretty, glowy, dewy, and healthy. So I like to go in with a bit of blush. I'm using just kind of a really bright pink shade. It doesn't go on this pink, but I sometimes will take my beauty blender and I'll, even though it's a powdered gel blush, so I can kind of just take a little bit on the back of my beauty blender and stipple that onto my face. feel like your skin, the product you put in the areas we didn't set with powder would slide around it all, a good tip of what you can do is just take a contour powder or bronzing powder and just kind of go in and set those areas without really putting it too much on the areas that get dry, the areas we want to leave a little more hydrated. So I'm just taking some powder and I'm going to set these areas. Adding that bit of bronzer will really just add a little more warmth to the face while setting everything in place to make sure it doesn't move around at all. And my almost last step to the face is using a highlighting powder, and I am using the Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess Heat Wave highlighter, and I'm just putting this in the same areas along this video that I've been using to just really highlight the face and give that beautiful, glowy, healthy skin look. After I apply my highlighter, I like to go in with the beauty blender I've been using all along and just kind of press it into the skin. Gives a really pretty seamless finish. So now what I'm going to do is just put on a little bit of eye makeup, nothing too crazy, just kind of my everyday natural eye makeup look, and a little bit of mascara, fix my brows a little bit, and apply a nude lip color, and I will be back to show you the finished look. So off camera, I went and just did a little bit of a bronzy, kind of a bit of a smoky eye, kind of my everyday eye look that I do just when I have to get out the door quick. I can do this eyeshadow in about 5 minutes, add some mascara and a nude lip, and I can be out the door. So just to take this look and make it complete, I will be just doing 2 final steps, and that will be taking my Luminous Dewy Skin Mist that I used in the beginning of this video. As I said, any kind of luminous and hydrating skin mist will work for this, and I just will be spraying this all over my face to just do one final kind of burst of moisture to my skin. And the last thing I will do, just to add a little bit more glow to this look, I'm just going to be taking this lip gloss by Fenty Beauty, and this will just kind of finish off the look, give it a really pretty, glowy, kind of dewy, pretty look. And just like that, your lips will look more hydrated, they'll look a little bit plumper, and really beautiful. Okay, so that wraps up today's video. As I mentioned, please check out down in the description box. You can click the link below to my blog, and I will be giving more tips and tricks and products you could use to achieve a really glowy, dewy look even in the winter. And I would love if you could give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.